Hey everyone, and welcome to week 20. We are starting with our Song of the Month, Unique, so you can go back and look at that if you would like, or listen to that. And then we're going to come here and talk about melody today. So we're going to review our La, So, and Mi. So we started working on that a little bit earlier this year. But remember, so is always going to be higher than mi. There's always going to be something in between so and mi. And we said if so is on a line, mi is on the line below it. And if so is in a space, mi is in the space below it. When we talked about lines and spaces. And then remember, so and la are next door neighbors. So they're always going to be right next to each other, which means that if so is on a line, la is going to have to be in a space. Remember our hand staff we talked about. If so is on a line, la is going to be in a space right next to it. But la is always going to be higher. So we're going to do a composition with those three pitches today. And I can't wait to see what you come up with. But remember that melody, so our big word melody, are pitches that follow one another in a song. And so if we're going to look at this one may sound familiar to you. Let's listen to it. All right, so that made a nice melody, putting those individual pitches together to make a song. And you can notice right here, so this note we had the same, it stayed the same, and then went up. So this is do, do, so, so, la, la, so. So those are some of the pitches that we have talked about before. You should know do from last year. We did a lot of songs with so, so, do. So we'll bring do back pretty soon. But that is how you put the pitches together, and you just mix them up until you get the sound that you like. So you're going to get to be a composer today. So let's go ahead, and I wanted to watch this little video again. I can't remember if I showed you this one or not, but it's so cute about the lines and spaces, and this one's real short. And I think it was in that video when we talked about lines and spaces earlier this year, but let's watch it one more time because it's really good.
In the 11th century, there lived a cool monk called Guido de Arezzo.
Just call me Chip.
All right. Chipmunk wrote songs.
I am a monk, monk, monk. I sleep in a bunk, bunk, bunk. Sorry.
One day, Chip said,
I am going to write down my monk songs so others can sing them.
he sweated, he toiled, he labored, night and day for many years until he came up with one line with a circle on it.
Yes, that's it. That circle will be my note. The line will be where I put it.
Soon he realized that songs weren't fun with just one note.
We are monks, monks, monks. We sleep in bunks, bunks, bunks. I need more lines.
He added four more lines to make five. This time, it sounded great.
We are monks, monks, monks. We sleep in bunks, bunks, bunks. Thank the good Lord, I've done it! I've done it! Yippee!
You know, I love that corny sense of humor stuff. So Quaver and I get along really well. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. This is talking about writing with la. So, and of course, this is mi, so, and la. So we just said already that if so is on a line, we know that mi is going to be on the line below it. I don't know if it's going to let me put it there. Nope, it's not. Not going to let me put it on the same one. But if so is on a line, mi is on the line below it. So this would be so, mi. And let's say in my song, I want to do another mi, and then I want to go up to so, and then la, so, mi, so, la. And right here, I can add some rhythms if I want to make that a so. And let's say I want to make this a TT. So we've got ta, ti, ta, ta. Let's just do it that way. So I'm just composing right on the spot right here. So, mi, so, la. And that's a melody right there. So you can go back and play with that if you want to practice writing some some melody before you get to the actual thing that we're going to be doing. But here, do the same thing. It's just that you are, instead of picking the rhythms too, you're just changing the pitches, and it's showing you just the first letter of each one. So mi, so, and la. So that's something you can go back and do while you're creating. But here's an example of what you're going to be doing. So this is using do as well, but it'll still be a good example. So there's that half note that we've been working on. So this is ta, ta, ti, 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 ta. So let's do that first line, that rhythm together. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, ta, ti, 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 ta. And then they took the rhythm, they started with the rhythm, and then they added the melody. So they added the pitches to make an interesting melody. Right here, this should be, I cannot remember if we talked about this with half note or not, but this is a half rest. So it rests on top of the line, and it gets 2 beats just like the half note does. And when we see that, we usually go like this, just to count to show that we know that has 2 beats of rest right this. So this line, we would be ta, 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 ti, ti, ta. Let me do that again. So it is ta, 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 ti, ti, ta. So that's just practicing some of our rhythms, making sure we're remembering those half notes that get 2 beats. And this right here is half of a TT. So that is a T. And you put 2 of those together to make one of these. So let's go ahead and we'll look at the challenge. No, actually, this is something I'm going to do with the in-person students, I think, if we have extra time. But I want to get to the meat of what I want you to do, because this is the part that's going to be fun. So I've already picked out the rhythms for you to keep it simple so that the rhythm's already there. So you're really focusing on mi, so, and la. So what you're going to do, let's read the rhythm first. Let's do the top line first. And it's just tas and tt, so this should be really easy. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, 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 ta. All right, that's the first line. Let's go back and look at this real quick. Does anybody remember what this symbol is called while we're right here? That is our treble clef. So everybody say treble clef. Say it again, treble clef. And then we know these 5 lines of 4 spaces are the staff. And right now, there's a rest right there, but we're fixing to change that. So what I'd like you to do is you're just going to play around with this. And I'm just going to throw some pitches up here. So you're just dragging them up there. And I will tell you that you're probably going to like the way it sounds on so or me to finish out with. But you can play with it, and if you want to end on la, end on la. For right now, I'm just going to let you be as creative as you want to and find the sound that you like. So I'm just going to do the top line. So let's listen to what it sounds like. I'm going to turn off the count. The count just kind of goes a tick, 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 tick before it starts. So I'm going to turn that off, but you can leave it on if you want to. But once you're finished, just even if you want to do just a measure first, remember measures are separated by these things called bar lines. Even if you want to do one measure and then come back and play it to see what it sounds like before going to the second line, that's fine. This is your composition. You're being the composer right now. So composer, there's our word, composer. All right, so let's listen to what we've got so far. Okay, so that's a good start, but I might want to go back and change something. So if I want to change it, I just drag it back down, and then I might change it back and go listen to it again. Okay, yeah, now I like it. I like it a little better that way. So you're going to be creative. Do whatever you want. Enjoy it. Have fun. Be a composer. I can't wait to see what you come up with. And then when you're done, when you finish the whole thing, this will light up the submit down here. You'll click submit, and then you are done for music for this week. There is an Among Us rhythm play along that is extra if you would like, and it's here too. So it has Taz, TTs, and rest, I think is all it has. I think. Let's just look at it.
Simply remain silent.
Yeah, I think it just has the Taz, the TTs, and the rest in it. And it's pretty fun. So if you have extra time and you want to do the rhythm play along, you want to get your instrument kit out and play with your sticks or the scrapers or the shakers and enjoy that. But other than that, if you have any questions, make sure you message me, and I hope you have a great week. Bye-bye.